Welcome to this week's video. Today we are going to be doing two spaces, a hall closet / linen closet and an art closet. We're going to be pulling everything out, trashing it all, and organizing what's left. I am so glad you're here today. Let's get started. Starting off in the linen closet, this is also her hall closet. So we are going to be pulling everything out. I'm going to show you step by step of what I got and why I do what I do to help you on your journey of decluttering as well. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, or cabinet, it does not matter. You can use these tips and tricks every time. Any of the really girly or younger age sheets?
I just need to take those off the bed and wash them.
Okay, so
I'm gonna need that.
Anything?
No.
Okay.
The rest of it, I think you took in the car.
I think I did. Some homeless person is using it to shield them from the rain.
Yeah.
So what I always do is I keep 2 pairs of sheets, and that includes one that's on the bed, so only one in the cabinet. You have to tell me if you're comfortable with that, or we can keep everything that's there.
The early ones I don't want anymore. I need to order white ones.
That's what I do white for the entire house. So that's a little hack that I keep for my home. If I have all of the same linens, it helps me keep everything organized, and that way I'm not worried about washing one particular set. If I know that I have all white, then if it kind of gets mixed up, it's okay. So my boys upstairs, Drew and Liam, have full size and queen size beds. So they have a set for their room, and then the other boys have twin. And again, all of those are white. It just makes it so much easier. Also, if they're all white, I can just throw everything in the washing machine at once. So if you are needing to get some linens, definitely look into just getting white ones. I know in the past I said I don't do character sheets, and I don't, but I will embrace getting like blankets and things like that for them. The only reason why I don't do patterned and colored sheets is because in case they decide they're not into them anymore, and I don't want to waste that type of money. Once I got everything off of the shelves, I decided to come down below and get all of the games. I'm also going to give this area a good clean up. I was going to use her vacuum, but unfortunately the battery was no longer working, so a good sweeping always does the job. I also like a broom because it does a great job of getting around the baseboards. So when you are going to be decluttering and organizing a space, I want to encourage you, once you get everything pulled out, give it a good wipe down. Even the walls and things like that, it would be really helpful to wash all of that as well. Okay, so we emptied everything out. Now she's going to go through all of those things, decide what she wants to keep and what we can get rid of. You know, I always have to catch my breath. I am now placing these baskets in here. They're from Target, the Bright Room line, and these are the 13-inch seagrass baskets. I like them because you can put them differently, like this if you want, but it just depends on what you want to do. I'm keeping them like this because it takes up less valuable hallway real estate, if you will. So I'm going to place all of these in here, and then I'm going to decide what goes in each. But first I wanted to figure out the placement, because that's key. I know I need to organize the games and some toiletries, sheets and whatnot. This is a really good way to organize but not see all of the stuff. So For me personally, I get overwhelmed with clutter. So I like to do things like this, or even like a frosted bin. I don't want clear acrylic bins where there's going to be a lot of stuff visible. So under my sink in the bathroom, under the sinks in the kitchen, I'll do acrylic all day. But when it comes to something like this, especially when this is open and just a curtain, I don't want to see all of that stuff. For me, it looks cluttered. Even if it's perfectly done, it looks cluttered. So you have to choose what works for you. For me, that's what I like to do. Luckily, you have these options. You have frosted, you have colored ones, so you can decide. These never go out of style. Baskets never ever go out of style. And especially because it's around the new year, you have so many people decluttering and organizing. Thrift stores of any kind have a plethora of baskets. Now, you might not be able to find the exact ones, and maybe you will, but always keep your eye out. These were all on sale. I got all of these for her just as my gift to her to do this, because this is something that's really been weighing heavily on her. She's got people coming. This is the walkway. It can be open. We have curtains, but it can be open. We want to make this functional and aesthetically pleasing. That way, if the curtains are open, it isn't, you know, a huge eyesore. I did also get these really sturdy home edit line. This is the large bin. I love this because you can stack it. I have been so pleased with their line. So this is going to be perfect for places. It's a little more compact, super sturdy. That's going to be great for down here. So I want to stop and talk about each thing so there's an idea of why I'm doing what I'm doing. These are also the home edit line. This is the 10 by 10. These are by far my favorite. I love that there's like a lip on it right here. That kind of protects it if you have like it's not a smooth surface. This doesn't get messed up. I love that. See, it still spins. I also bought these. This is the medium storage bin from Mainstays from Walmart. I'm gonna have this on the top because I can put things like overflow, like extra toiletries in here. Things that you really don't want to see, like that. Now, I am someone that likes things very, how do I put it? Very symmetrical. And so that can sometimes be a challenge. Look. Perfect. Oh yes, 5 on the dot. Then I can do another one here, here. Nothing is permanent yet, but here's an idea of the layout before I even decide where things are going. Now the kids, she has 3 kids, and I want this type of stuff to be where they can access it. So toilet paper would be really good here, maybe some games, and we'll figure it out. They might not need all these bins, but then we can evaluate then. They had kind of made these makeshift dividers, which is really genius. They just cut them and then zip tied it, and that's awesome. So it already has dividers. I can put the sheets, or I can actually put towels in here, and then I can do sheets in here. I always like to put sheets in my basket because I will often take the basket into the room when I'm making my bed. So I had mentioned this in a couple videos ago, but if you don't remember, I was mentioning how sometimes with kids, they can be really attached to things. I mean, it's not just kids. All of us can be emotionally attached to things or have reasons why we don't like to get rid of things. And with her kids, they really struggled. The oldest son, he doesn't mind. He's ready to get rid of everything. The middle daughter, she says she's ready to get rid of everything, but once we got started, she was holding on to so much stuff. And so I had to give her the freedom and the space to make those decisions in her own time and let her do it to where she feels comfortable, where she's in control. The last thing I want to do is come in here and just start getting rid of all of their stuff. It may have no significance to me, but for them, it's their stuff. So especially the youngest daughter, she really struggled. I had to actually have a agreement with her and just told her, listen, we're going to go through your items, and if there's anything that you don't want me to get rid of, we won't. And if there's something you want to think about, we'll put it to the side. And I had to constantly remind her that that is what I was going to do, that I was going to keep my promise and not throw away any of her special stuff, because I could see that it was really drawing out this emotion in her. So what I did is had both of the girls come and help me go through their items. And so some of the things that they said they wanted to keep, I would put over to the side, and then I would show their mom, is this something that you want to keep? And sometimes she said yes, and sometimes she said no. And then I would at that point let her make the decision in another time. Now, there were some things that they wanted to keep that really, we didn't know why they wanted to keep it. We thought just maybe because, kids like to keep things. It was broken, it was torn apart, the parts of it were missing. So things like that, again, we just put to the side, and then their mom took care of that. She also, just to make it not so difficult for them, filled up bags and put them in the trunk of my car. My boys put them in the trunk of the car. That way they didn't see it. And because that can be really hard too. Like, we will get rid of things and we'll put them in bags. And a lot of times those bags will sit in the back of our car or somewhere in the house for a very long time. Now, sometimes that's because we're busy. That's my excuse. And it's out of sight, out of mind. But sometimes it's because actually letting it go, taking it to the donation center, taking it somewhere else is another part of that letting go, and it's not always easy. So if you know that's you, have a friend or a partner or whoever take that for you. Take it to the recycling center, take it out of the house, and so you don't have to see it. Because if you know yourself and you know this is a difficult process, just really give yourself some space to be able to work through each section, each part of the emotion that may come up. This can be a really beautiful and liberating process, but you don't want to push it to, you want to push yourself, but you don't want to get too, too over the top with it to where you regret it and then you regress and don't want to get rid of anything again. So just give yourself some grace, and little steps make really big progress. So I had already had the placement, as you saw, so I started bringing things back in here just to see how it fit. This was kind of like a trial, and then I was letting myself move things around as needed. This really worked out really great for this area. It looked beautiful, everything. She had gotten rid of so many things that putting it back in here was just a breeze. If you do have little kids, I want to remind you and encourage you to make sure you're putting the light stuff lower down. You don't want to add really heavy things down there because you want them to be able to access it, you know what I'm saying. And so that's the light stuff. So we did like the toilet wipes and extra rolls of toilet paper, things like that down below. That way, if they need it, they're not needing you to get it for them. So there are 3 bedrooms in this house, and so I did the linens in 3 separate baskets. So the girls have their linens in one basket, the son has his, and then the parents have theirs. That makes it super easy. You can put everything right where it goes, and then when you need to go and make the bed, it's right there for you. You don't have to sift through it, and you already know the size that's in there. This is something that I do whenever I get these containers. I feel like when I get the ones from Home Goods and TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I cannot stand the stickers on there. I do not know why. We have not come up with a better sticker process. I know they do it so nobody steals, but oh my gosh, it is such a pain in the tail when you get it home. So I will have a hair dryer on the spot. If I know I've got a lot of stickers to take off, a hair dryer is so great to be able to just heat it up, and it will usually melt off pretty quick. I wanted to give you guys a before so you can see how it looked, and the transformation is incredible. I had filmed this portion back in January, hence why I said after the new year when I was talking about the baskets. So it's been quite a few months. Obviously, I also had very long hair then too, which P.S. I really miss it. But here's what it looks like with the after. It is beautiful. Everything is organized, easy to get to, and very beautiful, if I might add myself. So we are back here, and it is actually several months later, you guys. And you'll see, because now I will have short hair. But this is her, school supply, art supply. Just throw everything in there because I don't want to see it closet. Paper clutter, old, mail. You see what I'm talking about. This is another area that when I came over and she was showing me places that just really overwhelmed her, it was the hall closet, her closet, her son's closet, the kids' closet, which you guys saw me already do that room, and another closet that I will be doing in another video. So I'm not able to get over there right now. I was going to try to get over there this week, but I just can't. So I came over and brought the kiddos with me. As you can see, there's Miss Emma, and we are just going to pull everything out. So this house is going to be slowly but surely turning into her dream home. But we have to make it work for now, and I encourage you guys to do that too. Don't hold your breath for when your house looks exactly the way you want it or look like somebody's on the internet. Go ahead and make it work for you now, whether or not it's your dream or not. This is where you're at, and you can make anything look nice. Listen, you can make anything look nice. So I pull everything out. Now, my sister-in-law is the best at getting rid of stuff. Her issue isn't getting rid of stuff. Her issue was simply that it just collects so quickly that it becomes overwhelming. And then it just goes behind a closed door, and then she doesn't deal with it anymore. But when it is go time, oh my goodness, that girl will pull out so many trash bags, and she trashes everything. I'll show you at the end of the video how many trash bags just this one cabinet got out. So she is such an amazing person. She can do such a great job. So this is a perfect example of body doubling. We've talked about this before. That is why these videos do so incredibly well for people. Body doubling. That is where you can basically, when someone is with you and they can do the task with you or just be there, and it can help you get things done. These videos are so good because it does the same thing. Even though we are not there together, we are still basically doing the same thing, whether it's cleaning or organizing or decorating. So yeah, she does an amazing job. We got rid of about almost 4 trash bags, and so we're taking care of all of the paper clutter and going to organize everything in here. This is always very interesting when we're trying to do this with kids, especially young kids that need you a lot. Thankfully, this was a very entertaining closet, or cabinet. So when we pulled everything out, Emma was very entertained by a lot of it. Now, this was a really good thing to do because I did not come in here with all of these bins. Bins can be really expensive, and the ones that I did previously in the other section of the hall closet, they were expensive. It was my gift to her, but that's not feasible. It wasn't feasible for me right now, and it wasn't feasible for her right now. So I just came in here with absolutely nothing except for what was already here. And I was excited to show you guys this because that is the reality. I think more times than not, we can't go out and buy a whole bunch of expensive bins. I mean, yeah, it makes it look so beautiful. But I'm going to show you how everything looks without buying one single solitary thing. So at the beginning of the video, yeah, those are some expensive bins. They were on sale. They're not over the top from like the Container Store or places like that, but it costs some money. And here, this was absolutely free. This is using what we have. This is getting creative with this space. One thing I did recognize while going through this decluttering in her home, and like I said, I've got more spaces to do, is she has the same things in multiple areas, and that is one of the things that she and I both want to fix. So we have games in the linen closet, we have them in kids' closets, we have them in this craft closet, the other closet in a bedroom. So I would like to come in here and just put everything in one spot. I think once I do that, she'll realize she needs a lot less things to hold the stuff. So I plan on taking all of these games, organizing them because they love their games, into the back bedroom closet. Everything will be there, and it will definitely take up some space. But then you'll realize you don't need to have like this extra supply closet. You won't need to have things in the linen closet, bins for the linen closet. So as beautiful as this armoire is, I think it's actually her father-in-law's. We could take everything in here and we could move it somewhere else to work better. Because like I said, even, so the games, but even the supplies, certain school supplies and arts supplies. She has a whole collection in her girls' room as well. So I would like to have one central location where everything is. I encourage that for you all as well. So whether it's, batteries or keys, coins, games, paper, anything, find one space for it. And if that's a drawer, then use that drawer. But having things all over the house will only keep you really busy trying to locate everything you need. Some people don't like to clean, and some people don't like to declutter and organize. So if you're one of those people, but you know it needs to get done for your own sanity, then I want to encourage you to also get a friend to help you, or you just put on an amazing playlist or movie. If you can do that, I'm telling you, it will help so much. It's kind of like this. And if you're like a science geek, like I love neuroplasticity, I love neuroscience and all the things, so I can get lost in learning about that stuff. But it's like this. You know what dopamine is? It's the feel-good drug. It's the good feel-good hormone. It's what makes you feel amazing. I was almost going to say drug, but you know what I mean. Anyway, it's the feel-good thing in your head. And when you're feeling good, you're feeling full of love, you're feeling energetic and motivated, that's your dopamine kicking in. So when you get that sip of coffee, and that's the dopamine kicking in. When you go shopping and you hit add to cart, that's the dopamine kicking in. So if you know, you know. And I would encourage you guys to dig deeper in this, but the science behind it is, if you can couple an enjoyable activity with something you don't love, it will actually trick your brain into thinking it's more enjoyable than it actually is. Example, you don't love to clean, you don't love to do dishes, but you do love a song. So turn your song on, listen to it, and you're going to get pumped up to hear that song, and do a task that you don't love to do. And your brain will start to couple that task with that song you love. And then when you start thinking about washing dishes, you will get that same excitement, that same feeling. I know it's crazy. It seems way too easy, but it is. It's the same thing if you don't like to study. You don't want to study, but you do love a movie, or you do love a playlist, or you love being with a certain person. Then do that unenjoyable task with someone or something that is more enjoyable, and it will make your whole life change. If you can add that, if you can put that to every aspect of your life, you will find that doing the things that you don't love to do, the mundane things, the draining things, the things that you dread and you just are like, oh, I don't want to do it. If you can put a task that you actually love with it, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. I want you to try it. You've got to try it. It will change everything. I was going to add, and if you really want to send the message home, you really want your brain to associate that thing that you don't love to do with something that you do, drink coffee, a glass of tea, your favorite drink with that task. That is something else. I'm telling you, it is like next level. So when I know I need to do a deep clean in the house, I will always brew a cup of coffee or make myself some homemade sweet tea. And I'm telling you, it's like, oh yeah, we are going to get this thing going. I also like to do this for the kids too, because they don't know the ins and out of all of this, but it works like a charm. If things are hectic in your home and the energy feels high and the air just feels tense, I want to encourage you to add a song, turn on a song or something like that, and it will help so much. It will completely change the mood in the house. I've done it so many times, especially if like we're getting later to the day and we're all kind of stir crazy and mama's patience is really running thin. You throw on a really good playlist, and it's like, it takes a minute for the kids to realize like, well, you got to do something with yourself, but it works like a charm. And I'm telling you, it just brings the energy down. It makes the house feel so much more calm. It makes us feel more connected and accomplished. It is like next level amazing. Don't put the kids on the tablets. I know we have to sometimes, but if things get really stressful in your house, just put on some good music. Okay, my friends, tell me what you think. Now, this is a before, and I have to show you the before so you can really appreciate the after. Like I said, we didn't spend one single solitary dime on organizing, but she was ruthless on what she got rid of, and this is the after. I mean, go ahead and like this video if you love it as much as I do. Go ahead and like this video if you're tired of buying things. I'm so tired of buying things, y'all. So it was kind of like refreshing to know that I didn't have to worry about any of that. I just came in here, helped her. She did a little body doubling, just had me next to her. She got so motivated. She pulled out multiple trash bags and we did the darn thing, okay? We did the darn thing. If you know, you know. I was so pleased with how this looks. Now, this armoire is not going to stay here. Eventually, on the other side, it is a bathroom. So eventually it's going to completely go back to her father-in-law's house. And this is going to be a part of the bathroom. But for now, this is amazing. Now, I am going to do another closet. I'm actually going over tomorrow to do another closet. And we are going to put all the games together. Like I said, like items with like items. But 4 bags. Yes, I felt so good about it. We felt accomplished and we were so proud of ourselves. So I am so thankful that you were here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. I post videos every single week. And I'm just thankful. Time is the most precious commodity and you chose to spend it with me. And I am so eternally thankful for you. Make this world a better place because you are loved. See you soon, friends. Bye.